how messy the back of my hand is. This is how you know you've been doing some work. Hey sis, welcome back. Let's get into this drugstore makeup glam. Alright sis, so we're starting off with some moisturizer. Now I've been using the Hempz Brightening Day Cream and it has vitamin C, which is good. I use it for my day cream. So I'm just going to quickly apply this to moisturize the skin. And this has a really nice cooling effect as well as the smell. It smells very citrusy and it kind of just awakens the skin. So I really love that about this product, especially using it in the mornings. Alright, so now we're going to go in with some primer. Now, I really love the Essence Fix and Last Makeup Gripping Jelly Primer. This reminds me of the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, except very affordable. I paid no more than $10 for this. I think I paid about $5 for this. So it was a very cheap and affordable. So I like to apply this all over my skin just because I really love the hydrating and cooling effect it gives and the overall grip to my makeup. So you guys could see how that instantly just gave my skin a really hydrating, refreshed look. This is what we aim to achieve, especially in the winter where the air is very drying. You just want to use something that's very hydrating. All right, so while that kind of just sits into my skin, I like to move quickly onto my brows. At this point, I go in with some brow glue. So I'm going to be going in with the NYX The Brow Glue. So all I'm doing is just brushing my brow hairs up and really just gluing this in place. I like to make sure that my brows are really nicely groomed as well before I do this step. Alright, so now I like to move on to foundation. So for foundation today, I'm going in with my Juvia's Place I Am Magic Radiance Foundation. I love this because it's hydrating. It also has a really good smell. So I'm in the shade Lagos. And all I'm doing is just pumping it on the back of my hand. And we're going to go in with a foundation brush today. I'm going to take my House Labs foundation brush. I love this stuff. Honestly, it just blends my foundation in perfectly. It is considered a full coverage foundation, so I try not to go in with a heavy hand with this product. All right, so we're moving on to concealer. Now I'm going to use two concealers today. So I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Superstay concealer. This is the 30 Hour Wear concealer and I am in the shade 45. And then I'm also going to be using the CoverGirl Clean Invisible concealer and this is in the shade 165. And one is going to do more so highlighting and one's going to do brightening. So I'm going in with the CoverGirl first and we're going to apply this in the inner corner. This is going to do more so of the brightening, and this is a very lightweight concealer, so I may go in with one more layer. We'll see how it goes. And then I'm going to take the Maybelline Superstay concealer and just put it on the side here, so you could see that it's just a tad bit darker. And then I'm just going to go in with my concealer brush and blend this out. I'm going to go in with one more layer for the coverage and for the brightness. I want a bit more brightness going on underneath my eye. All right, and then per usual, we're going to do the rest of the areas that we normally conceal. So I'm going to take my Maybelline concealer and just apply it to my forehead, my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush and just blend around the edges just to make sure everything looks really blended and seamless. All right, so now we're moving on to some cream contour. So I'm going to take my NYX Wonder Stick. This is in the deep shade and I got a brand new one because I messed up my other one. I don't know what happened. I think I tried to put the lid back on while it was still up and it was just messed up from then. So I went and got a new one, so I'm happy about that. But we're going to use this to do a bit of cream contour. So I'm just going to apply this in all of my contoured areas. I love this stick. It is the definition of beginner friendly and it really allows you to use less product. You're not finding yourself putting on too much of this product just based on how skinny and compact the product is itself. I'm gonna take my brush and just blend out this contour and I'm blending up. If you haven't seen my highlight and contour tutorial, you need to check that out right now. I'll leave it in the cards above for you to check that out. I go in depth on how to complete a perfect highlight and contour look. And when it comes to blending, you want to make sure you are taking your time because out in public, out in the real light, you will be able to see whether you did the blending or not. So really take your time when it comes to blending. So I like to take the edges of the brush and just blend my nose contour. I go in with a more precise brush later on to just set it. All right, so we're almost done with the creams. I'm gonna go in with one more product, which is the Makeup Revolution Liquid Blush. This is our last liquid product before we go in with some powder to set everything in place. All I'm doing is just applying this on the back of my hand, and we're just going to add some color back to the look and really customize the makeup look. So I'm just taking the brush I use for my brush, and I like to just warm up the product on the back of my hand, and then I just go right above where I put that cream contour and just dab this in. You see how that really just brightened up the look? I live for a blush. I live for a blush, a nice pinky feminine blush. So before the powder, I'm just gonna go in with my Maybelline concealer and just carve out my eyebrows. Then I'm also gonna put some on my eyelids as well, just conceal those. All right, I think we're about ready for some powder. So I'm gonna be going in with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder. This is in the medium shade, and I'm just gonna take my powder puff, and all we're doing is setting all of our highlighted areas. So you guys can see I'm just taking off the excess. I don't wanna go in with too much. And we're just going to set all of this in place. Before you go in with the setting, just make sure that you blend out that concealer so that you're not setting the crease. You don't want to set any creases. You want to make sure the crease is blended out before you set. So I'm just taking that powder and just dabbing it into my skin. All right, I'm gonna go in with an OG product. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is in the shade 40, so this is the very deep shade. And what I'm using this for is to set my nose contour. And I'm not gonna use too much of this powder because this powder is very pigmented. You don't wanna go in right away with a heavy hand. So I'm gonna go in with this angled brush, and this is the brush that I use only for my nose contour. And then all we're doing is just setting that nose contour. All right, so we still see the blush peeping through, the liquid blush, but this is not gonna last all day if you leave it like this. You wanna definitely go over your blush with some powder blush. So I'm gonna be using my CoverGirl So Flushed blush in the shade Sweet Seduction. I really love the shade of this blush. That is why I always tend to pick this blush up, and it's very affordable, so beginner friendly, of course. All right, so we're skipping the eyeshadow today. I am gonna go in with some eyeliner. So I'm just gonna take this waterproof eyeliner, and I'm not even gonna do a wing. I'm just going to do a very natural thin line across my lash line. Before I do so, I'm gonna go into my powder and just set my eyelids. You just wanna make sure that you blend out your eyelids before you set it as well. And I love this because it's just so smooth. It glides on like butter. I'm also gonna put some in my waterline as well. All right, I'm gonna quickly put on my lashes, and then we'll just finish up the look with some lipstick and some setting spray. All right, y'all, we are almost done. So now we're moving on to the lips. I'm gonna line my lips with the Palladio lip liner in dark brown. I got this from my Sally's. All right, so lipstick of choice today is the e.l.f. Liquid Matte Lipstick. This is in the shade Tea Rose. I love this because it's a very nice nude, perfect for dark skin. It's almost like, I would say, mauve type of color. Now I'm contemplating if I should leave it matte. I am not a matte girl at all, but I'm actually liking how this is looking. Let's leave it matte. So lastly, I'm gonna go in with my setting spray. This is the e.l.f. Stale Night Blue Light Setting Spray. We're gonna set all this in place. All right, so that completes today's look. We did a full face using drugstore products. So these are super affordable products. Nothing at all was over, I would say, at least $30. So very beginner friendly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now I do have 2 new tutorials up. One is how to highlight and contour, and the other one is how to achieve a soft glam eyeshadow look. So if you guys haven't checked out those 2 videos, you need to check them out right now on the screen. I'll leave them on the screen right here, and you guys could check those ones out. And if you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.